name is Shyam Wagle from ILNAS. The topic of the presentation we have chosen in this video is standards on intelligent transport systems. Before going through the ITS standards, I would like to give the context of this video. For this, I invite my colleague Mr. Luca Cicero from ILNAS. Luca, as you are closely following this domain at ILNAS, could you please highlight this domain?
Yes, for sure. Hello everybody, my name is Luca Cicero. I'm Project Officer at ILNAS in Standardization Department. Currently, the standardization activities at ILNAS are focused on three growth sectors defined in the National Standardization Strategy and are ICT, construction and aerospace. However, today's global challenges and national strategies are turned toward climate change concerns. Therefore, ILNAS, with the approval of the Ministry of Economy, decided to investigate a new field of standardization, which is sustainability. These activities are developed with the support of AG ANEC, and two subtopics are defined: environment and sustainability seen from the ICT standpoint, which means how ICT can support sustainable objectives and how ICT can be improved in order to reduce the impact on the environment. In order to be aligned with the action taken by Luxembourg, these two topics have been broken down into narrow subtopics in order to have market-focused outcome which can support the national activities.
Thank you, Luca. As you mentioned, more narrow topics. Could you please tell us more about those narrow topics or subsectors?
Yes. Prior to start the development of this new domain, an analysis has been made in order to identify the domains which are in discussion at European level, and we map them to national activities, projects, and documents in order to discriminate useful topics which can support the national organization and companies to their sustainable transition. That brought us to identify 11 subtopics like circular economy, sustainable construction, and, like the video of today, smart mobility. Also, that led to an active follow-up of 60 technical committees by ILNAS and AG ANEC.
Thank you, Luca. The next presentation will be from my side. In this presentation, I will highlight some challenges of traditional transport approaches in the beginning, and then give you the role of sustainable mobility, in particular intelligent transport systems, to keep the transport systems safe, secure and sustainable. The rest of the presentation will be focused on the technical committees working in this field, together with their background and some examples of already published standards. In the end, I will conclude this presentation with how to consult and purchase these standards and how to participate in the standards development process. Let's start with some of the challenges of the traditional transport approaches. What might be they? Obviously, the first comes CO2 emission. Different studies show that only cars and vans we use in our daily life contribute to more than 48% of CO2 emission and causes environmental pollution. Other challenges we daily face are congestion and safety, which result in loss of time, uncertainty of travel times, high fuel consumption, greenhouse gas and pollutant emissions, noise emission, increased stress, etc., which directly or indirectly impact economic, social and environmental costs. On the other hand, we still have a lack of optimal utilization of available resources or infrastructures in this sector. So how these challenges can be improved? One of the global approaches defined in order to improve these challenges can be sustainable mobility. The sustainable mobility is the concept of transferring transport systems from an ecological point of view to reduce fuel consumption and emissions in such a way that the environment can regenerate. In short, it can be said that it is a way of achieving safe and efficient mobility with low carbon emissions in all modes and services where people are the key. A solution that supports sustainable mobility is the Intelligent Transport System. According to ISO TR 17465, it refers to a transport system where advanced ICT technologies are applied to increase safety, sustainability, efficiency, and comfort of mobility. More importantly, it contributes to a cleaner, safer, and more efficient transport system. In fact, it helps to improve the challenges faced by the traditional transport approaches mentioned before. Talking about the European legal framework on ITS, the EU ITS directive introduced in 2010 can be considered as a significant one for the deployment of intelligent transport systems in the field of road transport and for interfaces with other modes of transport. This directive is currently under revision to address the current emerging services that aim to create a smarter and more interoperable transport system, as well as to facilitate the deployment of cooperative ITS in order to allow vehicles and road infrastructure to communicate with one another. In the domain of standardization, several technical committees are working on the ITS domain. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list, but committees working closely to address the current standardization needs in this domain are as follows. At the international level, we can see TC204 and TC268 Subcommittee 2 from ISO. At the European level, there are TC278 from CEN and TC-ITS from HC. Over the next few slides, I will give you the background of these committees as well as highlights of some published standards that might be relevant to you. Technical Committee ISO TC204 with 34 P members and 27 O members as of recording this video is dedicated to developing standards in the intelligent transport systems domain, in particular intermodal and multimodal aspects of transport in urban and rural surface transportation. In fact, this committee is responsible for the overall system aspects and infrastructure aspect of ITS, as well as the coordination of the overall ISO work program in this field, including the schedule for the standard development and coordination with other international standardization bodies. As of recording this video, this committee has already published 333 standards and more than 73 standards are under development. Some of them are listed here. For a complete list of standards, please visit the link below. In the next slides, I will give you highlights of some standards published by this committee that can be relevant to you. Among many other standards published by this committee are Technical Report ISO TR 4445 published in 2021, a role model of ITS service application in smart cities, describes a basic model of smart city ITS applications as a common platform for smart city instantiation, mainly with the following: a framework for the cooperative ITS service application, conceptual architecture, generic procedure, as well as description of operational and regulatory aspects of the common platform implementation. Similarly, another technical specification published by this committee is TS 4398 Guided Transportation Service Planning Data Exchange. It specifies an XML-based open data format and aims to enable efficient and unambiguous information exchanges among heterogeneous applications. Even though this specification is primarily focused on railway applications, it can be applicable to all sectors of transportation. Another ISO committee, TC268 Subcommittee 2 with 18 P members and 16 O members as of recording this video, is dedicated to developing standards in the sustainable mobility and transportation domain, which covers organizational issues, infrastructures, and services in the mobility and transportation options for cities and communities, including those related to new technologies, for example, electric, hydrogen, and autonomous driving. As of recording this video, this committee has already published 17 standards and 3 standards are under development. Some of them are listed here. For a complete list of standards, please visit the link below. Among many standards developed by this committee, ISO 37182, published in 2022, Smart Transportation for Fuel Efficiency and Pollution Emission Reduction in Bus Transportation Services, provides a guideline to save fuel energy as well as best practices on how to reduce pollution from engine-driven vehicles. Similarly, another standard, ISO 37181, published in 2022, Smart Transportation by Autonomous Vehicles on Public Roads, developed by this committee, focuses on to provide guidelines for the successful introduction of autonomous vehicles on public roads, addressing its possible challenges to cities. Likewise, another standard, ISO 37168, published in 2022, provides a smart transportation guideline on electric, connected and autonomous vehicles with a special focus on on-demand responsive passenger service with shared vehicles. For more technical details, standards ISO 22737 as well as ISO 37181, as mentioned previously, can also be consulted. Moving forward to the European level, the Technical Committee CEN TC 278 primarily focuses on developing standards for road transport safety, environmental sustainability, and traffic efficiency, and improving the travel experience with the use of ICT technologies between vehicles, infrastructure, and other road users. There are several standards already published and under development by this committee. Some of them are listed here. For a complete list of standards, please visit the link below. This technical specification, CEN TS 17378, developed in 2019, Air Quality Management in Urban Areas, is dedicated to providing requirements and options on how to set up air quality management as well as monitoring policy required by relevant European directives. In fact, this technical specification provides a toolkit of parameters and data definitions that can be used by the regulators. Another technical specification, CEN TS 17466, developed in 2020, Communication Interfaces and Profiles for Traffic Management, identifies traffic management interfaces between central stations and specifies required communication profiles applicable for multiple ITS platforms. ITS platform is the place where several stakeholders such as road authorities, road operators, governmental authorities, and partners from the private sector cooperate in the field of ITS. The HC Technical Committee HC-TC ITS is also dedicated to developing standards in the intelligent transport systems domain, especially related to service provisioning across the network for transport networks, vehicles, and transport users, including interface aspects, multiple modes of transport, and interoperability between systems. As of recording this video, this committee has already published more than 225 standards and more than 70 standards are under development. Some of them are listed here. For a complete list of standards, please visit the link below. As we know, trust and privacy issues are major concerns in today's emerging technologies. This specification, published by HC-TC-ITS, focuses on how these issues can be addressed for ITS communications. In fact, it provides a guideline for the privacy management and trust establishment required to support the security of the ITS environment, identified in several other standards by this committee, such as HC-TS 102940 Security Service Architecture, HC-TS 102731 ITS Communication Security Architecture and Management, and HC-EN 302665 ITS Communication Architecture. All the published national, European and international standards from different STOs can be purchased via ILNAS eShop at a competitive price. In particular, SMEs have a 50% discount and an 80% discount for the universities. You can buy them in your preferred languages. All published standards can also be consulted free of charge via one of the following rating stations. As you can see from the list here, the rating stations are spread across the country in the south, center, and the city of Easternark. There is also a possibility to contribute to the development of standards related to this domain. In order to be involved in the standards development process, you can register as an expert in a national mirror committee, through which you will be then able to participate in the work items of different committees as mentioned before. For your information, ILNAS, the National Standards Body of Luxembourg, proposes a free registration to all its national stakeholders. The registration can be done by means of a registration form available on ILNAS website. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions concerning the presentation or you have an interest in being part of the standardization community, do not hesitate to contact us by phone or by email indicated here. For more details, you can also visit our website soon. Thank you.